Hi guys, so today I'm just going to do a quick video to show a mount that I'm working on for the SCX 200 and the 175, and whichever ones I release basically. And what I wanted to do was, it has the carbon plates already to mount the camera, but one of the people that's testing it for me thought it'd be cool to have a fixed camera mount made out of TPU, which is basically a thermopolyurethane that's printable. And so I'm just going to show you real quick the design process, like just kind of go through it very rapidly. I've already got my part designed, as you can see, and we're just looking at it in Inventor Fusion on my Mac right now. And I'm going to export this file to an STL, and I'm going to take it into my slicer, and I'm going to basically write the code for my machine, my 3D printer, to print this up. And I'm going to actually print this in PLA because I don't have TPU, but it should serve as a good way to test fit the parts and see how it works on the actual quadcopter. So I'm not going to go through all the details of how that's done. I might make another video about how I do my 3D printing, but in general, I just kind of want to do this so you can see the overall big picture of the process. So in a minute, I'm going to show you my 3D printer and just set it up real quick and run it, and then we'll check on the progress every so often to see how the print comes out, and then we'll do a final test fitting. So here we are at my printer right now, and this is my LCD screen. I'm just going to stick my SD card in the side, and the SD card is what contains my G code to run the machine. So once I've got that in there, all I got to do is I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to refresh the machine to show that I've changed the SD card. Now that I've changed the SD card, I'm going to go back to print from SD, and I'm going to go ahead and find my file, which is at the top. It's printed camera housing. It's cut off, but it should say SCX at the end. I'm going to go ahead and start that, and then the machine's going to get up to temperature, and it's going to do a homing process, and it'll start to print, and you'll see the printing in a progression soon. So now you're going to see the homing process. The bed is up to temp and the nozzle's up to temp, so the machine's going to calibrate where the X, Y, and Z zeros are. So what it does is it goes to X and Y 0, and then it calibrates the Z by finding 3 points on the bed using the probe, and it's going to take those 3 points and approximate a plane of where the bed is, and that basically just tells the machine if the bed's not completely flat or there's a little bit of skew in it. That way, as it moves around, it'll adjust the Z-axis to compensate for that. So now that it's done that, it's starting to print. It's just trying to prime the nozzle, and now it's actually printing part of the part itself. And you can see it's going real slow at the moment. It'll speed up as it gets to the next layer. And you can also see right now it's doing support material, which is what that little zigzagging is. So as it does the support material, it'll finish that layer and it'll go up a little bit and start the next layer, which is what it's doing right now. And we're going to speed this up so that you can see a kind of a time lapse of how it goes. So here we have the completed part. I pulled it off the print bed. You can see there's a couple places where it probably could have printed cleaner, but overall it's pretty good. I'm going to clean this up with a hobby knife. So here we are at my bench, and I'm going to go ahead and test fit the camera into the housing to see if the model was right and that the camera will fit. So this is my first pass at it, so we'll see how it goes, and hopefully it fits. Now if you haven't figured out by now, I'm doing this as a voiceover, which is why my voice is in normal speed. But here I am fidgeting with it for a little while, only to find out it doesn't quite fit the way I thought. So I'm going to move on, and I'm going to check to see if the housing fits in the frame, because at least that'll be a positive step that'll tell me if I got part of the design right. So again, I'm just going to fast forward through putting that back together so you can see what the frame looks like and if it clears the props. So now I've got it back together. You can see the prop clearance is very tight. I may try this with different props just to see how close it is with different manufacturers. But I'm going to go back to the drawing board and redesign this and make it better so that the camera fits. So what I probably should have done before I printed it was run the interference check, which is what this screenshot shows. As you can see, there's some interference, and had I checked this first before I printed it, I would have known that I needed to change the model. So I'll post another video after I've changed the model, and we'll print this again, and hopefully it'll fit next time. And then after that, I think I'm going to get one printed out of TPU before releasing it to the world for others to use. So check back later. Bye.